caught me in the Blue Peter moment. DIY Boogeyman mask. Make it more homely and hopefully much better looking. It's going to give it a bit of a rugged feel. No, it's not for you. Let's see if that measures up right. Have you got the Union Jack in or not? That's what we said.
No.
I don't know why they pay these people millions and millions of pounds when you can just do it yourself, and you can even do this at home yourself. All you need is a £2.95 mask, some regular paint and a paintbrush, and obviously some old recycled newspaper, and the cat is optional. Just dab it with the paintbrush just a bit. You don't need to be too precise at all, because this is the underlay for the real mask that's coming soon. Just some sellotape as well to hold it down. You don't need PVA glue, although if you use PVA glue it will give it a bit more of a rockier feel, if that's how you want it. Just go around the eyes. It will take a while to dry as well, due to the nature of the mask. Just get it all in, you don't want any newspaper printings on it at all. Keep looking over, cat, it's not gonna get you yet. Doesn't need to be symmetrical at all, because at the end of the day it is a monster. That comes out from under your bed or through your closet, so it's all your own interpretation of it all.
How you imagined it?
Yeah, anyway you want. Oh, don't want to cover up the nose holes, otherwise the actor won't be able to breathe, and we don't really want that. Is I'll flatten this layer down as well. Get paint all on my hands as well. We'll put this across the bridge of your nose, and then we've got them both flat there as well now. And then we'll get a little bit more sellotape going across there, like that. Because the mask is obscuring the mouth a little bit, when the Boogeyman says his infamous line, it'll come out muffled as well. But we also do have some seaweed. For everyone who's read the short story, they know he speaks through a rotted mouthful of seaweed, which is lovely. Do not try that at home. Go. Just, you will find the sellotape will try to be a little bit of a pain, but don't worry about that. And no, I have not ever done this before, so who knows how it will turn out like, but don't worry, be fine. Independent filmmaking at its best, or worse, depending on your outlook. Ever the optimist. Want a new paint job, Tippy? Get some. I did have a rough idea of how this was going to go. But
have you got one that you made earlier?
no, not like Blue Peter. No, that's all. So put that across there like that. Technically, the cameraman, my dad, is the artist in the family. But I'm having a little go. Originally, this black was going to be red, but at the last moment I thought, well, why not use black? Black and white give it a more avant-garde, Art Nouveau feel to it, if you're into that sort of thing. Or you can just say it takes it back to basics, simple black and white, good and evil, crossing over into one super evil human being, or monster from another world, from one of the many doors of Car. I'm going to do a couple of layers and mount them on top to give the eyes a more 3D effect. Remember, in this short story the eyes are red. Don't worry about that, they certainly will be. But this is just to give it a bit more depth. The actor's eventually not going to have to see it unless, is he? Oh well. 10-minute short film, but always trying to find the sellotape bit. Now you can definitely tell I've never done this before. The other option was to mould a mask out of my own face. I've tried that before, never going to do that again, that hurt. You ever done that?
No. No.
Not recommended either. And that was in a media class of all things. I don't know why they told us to do that. See, getting a very rugged feel to it now. I've got to find the sellotape. There we go. Definition by the Filtrum. It's almost like a French moustache now. He's getting very nervous, Tibby, now. Why not? Preschool finger painting. Paint's out, get your fingers mucky. As I say, this is not the official mask, this is the underlay. No, not the Mexican carpenter. This is underlay for the mask. That's the dog sneezing. You give it paint a bit of a splat on, gives it a much more rugged effect. But with the lighting in the film, you won't see all this detail, but it's nice to know that it's there. But if you want to make this at home, maybe for Halloween next year, you can certainly do that, because you'll be able to see it more. And make sure you get the eyes in as well, cover those eyes up. Red eyes are always associated with demons, the Neverweldians that roam the worlds and the interworlds and the beam connectors.
Underworld.
Yep, Underworld. I think black is just as good. Do you mind, Tibby? You're on camera here. I don't want to cover the mouth up too much, so I've got sellotape and I can't remove it because now I've painted my fingers. Recommended buy some scissors when you're doing this. Just smudge it all up, getting all the nooks and crannies and the crevices. The Boogeyman obviously doesn't care about appearance, and he doesn't even own a mirror, so he doesn't care what he looks like. He just likes to eat children and the mentally unstable. Unless, of course, the Boogeyman is you, and it's all in your head, whichever way you want to decide. But we like to give options here on this film. We're open-minded. We don't force you to look one way.